Here is after or soul of Dave has left the body, we have to dispose of the body with the simply do it however. There are many ways of disposal of a body. You have burial, you have sea burial, you have cremation. There is in India bodies flow down the Ganges. There is a sect in India called the Parsis. They even believe that this body should not be wasted, put it on a height and volunteers and so on to eat from it. But according to the scriptures, the highest way of disposal is by cremation, where everything goes to ashes. You all present here today is testimony enough to show how much love, devotion, friendship that there was between you and this noble individual who was passed away. I have had the privilege to know him since around 17, I think he's somewhere around here. We always have had a very good relationship. In fact, not too long from now, he would have supposed to do presents on his birthday, which will be the 1st of November. Okay? But again, there's a common saying, man proposes, but the Lord disposes. We make plans, and up there is a different plan. So today again, testimony is here with all his nephews and so on, who are all here, voluntarily willing to take part on this occasion of the Anteshti Sanskar. I want to ask you at this time, let us stand please. If you can't for any reason stay seated. As all, prayer is what is important at this time. I want you to take your correct name, take his correct name, meditate the Lord Vishnu and ask the Lord to document in your Akashic records in heaven this Anteshti Sanskar you're going to perform on behalf of your nephews, right? On behalf of your late uncle. Hari Om. Tat Sat Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurushaye Vishnu Shansagara Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurushaye Vishnu Rajya Prabhatamanasya Adha Brahman Vidye Paradhe Shupare Shri Smir Padaha Kalpe Vaivasmanavantari Ashtavinshati Kave Kaliyuge Kalipakam Charade West Indies Country, Trinidad, Asia, Sangre Grande, Gramse, Postaro, Nagarese, Hari Om Sri Rakshasanam Sarvastare, Sri Surya Nakshi Nai, Hari Om Sri Ashwin Mase, Sukla Pakshi Chatur, Dasi Tithi, Sri Shani Vai, Uttar Bhadrapad Nakshatra, Sri Nidarasi, Nana Bhatya, take a name, a historic name, Abu Pretasya, Anteshti Sanskar Karishiye Namaha, प्रेम से बोलिए श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय राम नाम सत्य है सब ही हो खत है हरि ओम You dedicate unto the Lord, ask the Lord His grace and mercy upon the Atma and all the soul. Join in prayer. Hari Om Shanvakaram Bhujagashainam Patvanabham Suresham Veshwadharam Gaganasatrishan Meghavarnam Subhankam Lakshmikantam Kamalalainam Yogi Virdhyana Kaviyam Vande Vishnu Bhavaiharam Sarvalokaikanakam Mahavishnu Bhagavan Daya Karo Raksha Karo Kshama Karo बोलो श्री राम नाम सत्य है सब ही हो खत है कफर है kindly seated. Whatever you do it, just have hands together with you, right? Sprinkle water everybody with your right hand. Om Madhyamu Rasya Mukapetasya Hari Om Shaudivit Snanam Vayadiyate Gopadishtatam Snanam Vayadiyate Gopadishtatam Hari Om Shri Bhagavan Vatsalam. With your index finger, right? A nice beach under the center of his forehead, everybody do that. Om Madhyamu Rasya Mukapetasya Pratismani Shaudivit Hari Om Chandanam Mayadiyate Gopadishtatam अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य वृत्तिस्थाने शौनवे पुष्पमालां हरिओं अन्तर्पयाति देवोपदेष्टताम् अध्यामुगोत्रस्य अभूभ्य अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रेतिस्थाने शौनवे ॐ कृष्णस्य अकर्मयादि देवोपदेष्टताम् ईश्वरस्य प्रकाशते ॐ अध्यामुगोत्रस्य अमुकप्रेतस्य प्रतिष्ठाने शौनवे पुष्पमालामयादि देवोपदेष्टताम् हरि ओम् अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रेतिस्थाने शौनवे पुष्पमालामयादि देवोपदेष्टताम् अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रेतिस्थाने शौनवे पुष्पमालामयादि देवोपदेष्टताम् अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रेतिस्थाने शौनवे पुष्पमालामयादि देवोपदेष्टताम्. Each one sprays some perfume.
Everybody got put on.
अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रतिष्ठाने शौनवे अकर्मयादि देवोपदेष्टताम् अकर्मयादि देवोपदेष्टताम् अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रेतिस्थाने शौनवे अकर्मयादि देवोपदेष्टताम्.
So you will know whatever. So when I put it on the possible button, and you will do the necessary thing, right?
Hari Om, President, please. All right. Okay, here we will touch hands together, right? You will have to go. So, अध्यामुगोत्रस्य मुखप्रेतस्य प्रतिष्ठाने शौनवे हरि ओं दीपनमयादि देवोपदेष्टताम्. Jai, you can call it a conference. Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur Hare. Jai Krishna Hare Krishna. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का नूर किनारा हो और कोई नहीं बना रहा हो तब तू ही मेरा पार करो तब तू ही मेरा पार करो. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे
Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur
करे. जय जय जय
Krishna Hare.
तू जागे तो सब कुछ कर दे विश्व को भी अमृत कर दे पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे फिर जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे. जय जय
Go across on that side. Go on that side. That chance to get with him, yeah? Om Vadyamu Gotrasya Mukapretasya Pratistane Shaunavit Ishato Pindo Mayati Devo Patishtata. Yes, right hand. And a waterfall come and next week. Adhyamu Gotrasya Mukapretasya Melanchesyo Mayati Devo Patishtata. Cover it. Aridakivanam Adhyamu Gotrasya Mukapretasya. Right, come back at the side, please. Hariyo. Now we're going to start please. We're going to Sankara Kari, these dolls, right? And this is due to the time, if you are a pancha, which is an auspicious event. In Hinduism, anything there is to have negative is something you will count after and correct it. So we will sanction these and based on various parts of the body. What do you count that? That's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one is to come some after. Right? Ayom Vaso Pavitramasi Shatadharan Vaso Pavitramasi Sahasradharan Evasva Savita Punatu Vaso Pavitren Ko Shatadharin Ko Supamaku Kavadukshaha Om Vasubhya Namaha Pret Vahai Namaha. Go ahead. Om Pancha Shanti Pancha Shanti Pancha Shanti. Varunasya Stomaramasi Varunasya Skamsar Jardisto Varunasya Riti Sadatyasi Varunasya Riti Sadanmasi Varunasya Riti Sadanmasi Varunai Namaha Prem Sankhyaye Namaha Om Pancha Shanti Pancha Shanti Pancha Shanti Om Putatoli Putanya Ko Srinurupachko Ariom Ekapata Pratiti Ko Samudhanya Om Vishwadevadita Puvritoko Uvanastu Tako Mantraha Kamishvastaku Avantu Ajayko Padai Namaha Prempai Namaha Panchak Shanti Panchak Shanti Panchak Shanti Om Shivo Namasi Gosvati Ko Distate Pita Namaste Astu Mahamati Mumsi Livarko Yamya Yushiko Yadhaivo Ayom Prajanai Purasya Shoshai Hariom Suprajashvamai Om Subhiryai Om Ahibhutanya Namaha Prabhumipai Namaha Om Panchak Shanti Panchak Shanti Panchak Shanti. This one. Pushanta Pratipo Yaprakorishiko Ayam Katachana Stotaras Kodihamasi Om Pushne Namaha Preharti Namaha Om Panchak Shanti Panchak Shanti Panchak Shanti. Yes, we carry up there. Think of the first one, this is my head. Second one, this is my hand. Third one, my leg. Ayo. Next one, on the knee.
Oh, they could pass right there. Pass right there, baby.
And the other one, between the legs of the Ayo. Shouting countries. Ayo. Stay right there.
Stay right there.
Adhyamu Gotrasya Mukapretasya Pratistane Maha Pratistane Shaunavit Pushpamala Maya Diyate Bhopatishtatam Adhyamu Gotrasya Mukapretasya Om Sri Atal Maya Diyate Bhopatishtatam Ayom Adhyamu Gotrasya Mukapretasya Pratistane Shaunavit Ivanam Maya Diyate Bhopatishtatam Kurang Maya Speaker tahu Amerika
Om Yamudrasya Amukapretasya Pratismani Shavnavet Pushpamala Mayadiyate Bhopadishtavam Pushpamala Mayadiyate Bhopadishtavam. What's up with you? Adyamudrasya Amukapretasya Pratismani Shavnavet Pushpamala Mayadiyate Bhopadishtavam. Adyamudrasya Mukapretasya Pratismani Shavnavet Deepanam Mayadiyate Bhopadishtavam. Shri Ram Nam Satya Hai Savyo Ghata Hai. At this time, we invite the immediate members of the family who would like to come and pay your respect. Immediate members of the family who want to pay your respect. Go ahead with it, right?
Corona.
Something. Vasasani jirnani yatha vihai navani grahanati naroparani tatha sharirarani vihai jirnan ko nanyati sanyam navani dehi. He said, Lord, why life have to be like this? This boy on pre-retirement leave. Now it's time to sit back and relax with his family. You hear it's time to go. Why life had to be like this? So Lord Krishna tell him, he said his body is just like a suit of clothes. If you like the outfit, it is wear it more often than the others, but it will become worn out faster. You have to discard it, make a new one, or buy a new one. So to this body, when the soul feels it is no longer able to upkeep it, mainly due to physical deterioration, the soul discards the body to take on a new one, dependent on the law of karma. Right? You see, devotees today, health is very important, and you have access to health checks and so on now. You have to be doing that, because without health, nothing is there. You might be looking good like a motor car, but the engine bad inside. You have to be doing the regular health checks. One of the things I can advise you on, World Health Organization statistics show right now, the eating of meat increases the risk of cancer by 18% right now. So you have an advantage if you go veggie. Right? It's a better diet, a healthier diet to live on, and so on. Lord Krishna says, Arjun, nainang chidanti shastrani, nainang dahati pavaka, na chainang kadidaryapuvano shashyati maruta. He said, no amount of water could drown the soul with all the flood that came. No amount of fire can burn it, and there is not a weapon yet invented to destroy the soul. It is part and parcel of me. It is ever immortal. It is the most ancient thing. Although the body is slain, the soul is not. The physical being will no longer be there. O Lord Krishna, we beg of you, may your grace be showered upon this Atma. Gita Ganga Chagayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahmvidya Brahmavari Tri Sindhya Mukta Gehini Ardhamatra Chidananda Bhaudhvani Bhainashini Veda Triparayanantra Tatva Artha Jnana Manjari Bolo Shri Ram Nam Satya Hai Sabahi Ho Ghata Hai. Offer your flowers, then you bow. As I said, I have been acquainted with Dave for a very, very long time. I remember him in the days, you know, he liked fast counting in those days. Right? And those days, that's the days he was modifying vehicle and all these things. That's when I get to know him. His sister and I went to school together. We all acquainted, Premati and all the others and so on. I remember his late father and so on. And always we had a very nice relationship. Very simple person, very humble person, a person down to earth. This was Dave, right? And he could not have gotten a better dharmpatni than Shamid. Even a lovely daughter, America, is so sad that at this time that you have to be without your dad. But whatever be in life, always remember, every disappointment should make you stronger in life now. Right? Now this family needs more support than ever. We need to give them that support, whatever to help, to nurture, to encourage, and to whatever support can be given. But again, as I said, his has come, ours await us. We know not when. When will death come? Nobody knows. Now, just a little analogy. Every day, the Lord of Death sends on his messengers with a list. You know, who had to go today? Right? So that morning when the Jamdu, the messenger of death, took up his list, you know, he saw the king name on the list. He said, gosh, this king have plenty of responsibility, boy. Let me go and notify the king, eh? So he passed by the palace and he tell the guard, I'm the messenger of death. The king have to go today. You tell him for me, please, I'm going on the road to pick up a few to come back. So the guard ran inside hurriedly, told the king. But the king was a fast thinker. He said, God, if I had to go today, you have served me so loyally. You want to play king for a day? Give me your clothes and take mine and you sit on the throne. So the king by the gate now, as the guard, he said, well, if death feels smart, I'll go outsmart him today. Late in the evening, the messenger of death came back. He said, you tell him? He said, sure, he's waiting for you on the throne there. He said, boy, if I tell you, watch the time, how late? You see, when they're coming to die, nobody wants to die. Now just think, if we have only birth and no deaths, what will happen in this place? Just think about it, the logic. He said, let me tell you something. Right now, if I tell you, I stress for time, I really had time to go inside, you know, but I had to carry somebody, I will carry you. Now, was it the God's time? No, it was the king's time. And although the king tried to evade death, yet still it happened. What is important in our lives, the greatest treasure that man has, how much time we have remaining. Do we know? Nobody knows. In this age, one of the predictions is all the ripe mangoes staying on the tree and the green ones falling down. So nobody could guarantee, you know, we say, well, we old, we have how much time? Them young, they have plenty time. When will it come? Nobody knows. So do what you are supposed to do, blessed with this human body, which is par and upakar. What does that mean? Serve the Lord and his creation with a guileless heart. Just do good whilst you could, when you could, as long as you could, as much as you could. Do not sit down and wait for good to come for you to do it. Look for opportunities to do good for the Lord's creation. This is what will help us to build good karmas. I want to pass over now to Dave's brother. Which is you? Huh? What's his name? All right. He is going to handle the other aspect of the program.
Yeah, namaste, assalamu alaikum, and a good morning to everyone here. The Narine family is very appreciative of you, believe it, bracing the inclement weather as we perform our life's rites and we get ready to bid farewell to our beloved Dave. This morning, we will have to speed up this part of the program a little bit because we need to leave here by 9:45. So all I'm asking of you is that should you be coming up to do anything, kind of speed it up so that we can have as most of the people that we need to. Yeah. At this time now, we would have eulogy done by, it's on your program, done by Ravish, Videsh, and Shravan.
Good morning. Good morning and Sitaram to all present with us. especially the ones taking the trip from foreign. I begin this task by reminding myself, we have no say when you will take your first or last breath on this earth. Only thing you are in control of is how you live with the people around you and how you spend time on this earth. The hardest part of this eulogy is stating the word was rather than the word is. My name is Ravish, the infamous Rev, an inverted commas son, a son to him. To our beloved Davindra, aka Mong, aka Breadfruit, aka Wasaman, we were given the honor today, the SBC crew, a name given to us by Mong, to say a few words on behalf of the titan of a man Mong was. If you don't know what SBC stands for, Shrivan would clarify with you later. I want to firstly apologize to persons we didn't reach out to for a few words on the individual. But this task, as you would imagine, is not an easy task for any one of us since we knew Mong very intimately. I understood how much people's lives he touched in different ways. A lot of family and friends would have lots to say, and we would really invite you all to send your personal tributes so we can compile and share in a book. A loyal father, devoted husband, sharing sibling, creative uncle, and an awesome grand-uncle, committed co-worker, and always an accommodating friend, the originator of barbecue pigtail, a defined gambler of brag and casino, a profound fish and dog lover, and lastly, a co-owner of the Simon's Chinese restaurant. The one and only Dave Narine, the one who we counted on to start the party with his famous dance moves, the rabbit. The one we looked forward to seeing at anything we had. Just tell him and you know he will be there. The one who would make everyone smile and make us wonder on what next is this silly man going to do. He was born November 1st, 1962, to the late Suraj and Suhagin Narine of coal mine Sangre Grande. The baby, the last of 13 siblings. He was 59 years, 11 months old, 1 month shy of 60 years, and his most looked forward retirement. He attended the Grosvenor Presbyterian Primary School at coal mine Sangre Grande and continued his secondary education at the Sangre Grande Junior Secondary and Northeastern College. If anyone did not know, Mong received a second chance at life as he nearly drowned in Mathura when he was a baby. For his love of, he so loved water, he just slipped, and as a matter of time, his daddy had to save him. His first employment was at Caribbean Packaging, Arima, but because of unfortunate circumstances, he had to curtail his job. His thirst for education did not stop. Dave pursued several courses at John D. After successfully completing his courses, he assumed new employment at WASA, where he diligently served prior to retirement for several years. His final appointment was facilities manager. His involvement in several activities at WASA was outstanding, particularly planning the annual Diwali celebrations, which this year would be a gloomy one. All the accomplishments were admirable. Personally, I had COVID earlier this year. He came and demanded coming in by my house and stayed with me. Took all the abuse from his family, but he came and stayed with me. It was reckless. I tried running him, and he told me, if you die, well, I am dying with you. He would do anything for me, for anyone. Just a month ago, when Grandy had no water, he bought a tank, just the size to fit his van tray, to carry water to all his siblings he could have possibly helped. This was really an act of angel, and maybe he knew a long time about this day. A person with a heart of gold, attributes he continued until the very end. Mong, my friend, we celebrate your life, which we were quite fortunate to be a part of. The priceless legacy you have left, love, strength, inspirational words and advice, understanding, humility, commitment and dedication to family and God. This household and our extended family and friends' households would never be the same without you. No one for Charmaine to quarrel with you, drinking out all her alcohol and filling them back with water. No one for us to pick on. Who will Charmaine win all the money from the casino with now? And for us, the card table would no longer be the same. I found it so very strange. Every time you saw me, you would tell me you won. Was all a sign. You were too good to be true. All your hard work in preparation for your big 60 years prayers, Mom. Redoing of your fish pond, repairs to the house, all in vain right now. His favorite greeting words to his Sarubais nephews were, when I will get big like you. So humorous. Now you are bigger than all of us, as you have joined the Narine's Angel clan watching down. Your friends and circle had so much to say about you, your flying car experiences, your tales on how your hand was damaged, the way you planned the best limes and trips. Your technological skills, Mom, were so amazing, as all the cousins would get random pictures of maybe a selfie of your hair alone or your nose alone. You would send us the most loving text messages that we would now long for. Your calls were so inappropriate and out of timing. I remember almost 4 or 5 times you would call me right before a meeting or during a meeting to tell me to go and bathe and wash my stink posterior. Or to tell me that you had a meeting with the entire family and none of them likes me. You spoke to social services so many times for Gigi and Adeline. You wanted to take them. Mom, I long to hear you say, Lenny, Gigi, I love you. I don't know where and how you found the time, but you called every one of us. We now will stare at our phones and await your calls. We now pet a cat that came since you drove off to the hospital and do not want to leave this yard. Mom, Shriv and Vat will now continue on your legacy.
Every family has that special family member who they share a special relationship with. A unique bond who only the parties involved can understand what it means. For some, it may be parents, siblings, or cousins, but for us, it was Uncle Dave, or as we called him, Mong. My relationship with Mong was very different than the typical uncle-nephew setting. In our eyes, he was just like one of us, We could share stories and speak freely with him, come and go as we please. His house was our home. Many times we frequented his residence at daylight after liming at the woods for hours upon hours, and with arms wide open, he always invited us in. He would then cook for us, even if it was at 6 a.m. Fish broth, barbecue, bacon, saltfish, you name it. It was never a problem for him. He would even continue the party until we were ready to go or just sleep here. That's the kind of uncle he was. Nothing was ever too much. Even as we got older and we all had wives and families of our own, Mong would always check in with us. Now, mind you, this wasn't your typical check-in, as Ravi said. He'd always call, and with the most distressed voice, he'd say, "Yeah, good evening. I'm sitting with the family right now, and we have come to the decision to take back the house. Nobody likes you. You are an embarrassment to the family. I don't know why Melissa married you." He also say, "I put Viagra in your mailbox. Please, please, please bathe today, Trev. Please." These are a few messages and phone calls I will be privileged to, as frequent as 4 times a week. I don't know where he got the time, and if you talk to any of the other cousins, they'd all tell you the same thing in different variations. Yes, everyone had a different relationship with him, but one constant thing is that he'll find some way to tell you that the family didn't like you. It was his way of keeping in contact with us without using the boring, normal conversation. It was his way of letting us know that he loves us. And I could only imagine the message he would send if he had access to a phone right now. "Please, please, please, Trev. Please wash your stink bum before you come my funeral." And with that being said, this day forward, Rev, Vat, and myself are officially executives of the SBC. I could tell you one later about that. What would I give to hear from you again, Mom? Ori Dori, as you used to call her, asked, "Just as Jesus woke up from the cross, can we wake up Uncle Dave?" He left a lot of us heartbroken. But in all this, there's a lesson to be learned. What has Uncle Dave taught us? Firstly, family is everything. And if family don't get together to laugh, God will bring them together to cry. So always tell your loved ones, and the ones you hold dear to your heart, that you love them. Hold them close. Because you never know. In times like this, all we have is family. The inevitable of life will happen. Life is so unpredictable. We were supposed to be celebrating your 60th birthday on November the 1st. Never in a million years I thought I'd be saying goodbye to you. I love you so much, Uncle Dave. I'll see you again. Your most embarrassing nephew, Shriv.
We were asked to speak on his behalf. No easy task, but a job we accepted because of the love we had for our Uncle Dave. This man was a unique and genuine person.
Long as he was known to his family and friends, had a special bond with all who he interacted with. My memory of Uncle for me started on his wedding day. Something that I never forgot, something that always stuck with me. The way this man was dressed, how the house in coal mine was decorated, the live Tassa band, and how much people was crowded that place. Mom, I could never forget it, and the bright yellow Ford Escort. As little children growing up, we had all in the love for our Uncle Dave. He would play with us, carry us for drives, bring us snacks, until we all became teenagers, and he started bringing us alcohol. On behalf of all the nieces, nephews, kids, we all long to hear your nickname calling. You always pinching, the tight hugs, squeezing, the constant compliments of how ugly and stupid we were. We all wish you to rest in peace and guide over us all and our kids that you truly so loved. This man was more than our uncle. He was our friend. He was the joker and prankster in the family. This man could only make you smile and laugh, nothing else. From the time you see this man enter a room, he didn't have to say anything. Just the way he would stare and look at you, you know what he was going to tell you. Stink bum, you dirty dog. Nobody don't like you. You're a big girl. Not a week would go by, and you will not receive a few messages, a few calls from Mom. Don't matter what time of the day. Awake, asleep, this man calling you. Something that we viewed as annoying, will greatly miss now. If we could all go back in time, Mom, we would answer every call by every single message. And for that, we apologize. This is only after his passing that we all realized that this man made time for all his nieces, all his nephews, 30-something of us. This man would message and call each one, and not the same message. Every message came in different. Where and how he got the time to do this confuses me. Even now that this man has died, it's like he's still playing games and torturing us. Because now we had a fast for his funeral. No alcohol, no meat, no cards, no gambling. And to top it all off, watch how you are, we Mong. All we had shave ball. But if it's the last thing we could do for you, bet all your money we will do it. I am sure this man looking down on us all here today, laughing and smiling. Even last night, when we went in to help dress this man just watching everybody, just laughing at me, smiling. But it wasn't a joke. I think he was just trying to tell us thanks. Thanks for coming and take care of him. Not a problem. There are countless memories we shared with him that we will remember for the rest of our lives and cherish forever. And for that, I say my uncle words, until we meet again, you stink dirty dog. As we close this tribute, we leave you with these words from the book of Genesis. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever we are, God is. He is watching over us. While we are absent, one from the other, and making us to know that we are forever one in spirit.
Thank you, guys. As we move along quickly, I understand that we have amongst us the Director of Corporate Affairs, Wasa. I'll invite you now, sir.
Good morning to the family matriarch, Mrs. Caroni Narine. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Chief Executive Officer, the Executive Management, and the staff of the Water and Sewage Authority. We thank you for sharing Dave with us over the years. His contribution to the organization is indelible. I heard someone describe him a few minutes ago as the Wassa man. Well, I can tell you he was the quintessential Wassa man, a man for all seasons. There was never an occasion on which I could call on Dave that he did not respond. I believe I was the last person on his last day in office to visit him. We spoke for about 2 hours on his last official day at the office. And within a week of his last official day, I became acting director. And there was no one to support me with a lot of the things I needed to do. So who would I turn to? Or who could I turn to but Dave? Even though he was on pre-retirement, he never complained. He came to the office on several occasions. He wrote the notes that I needed to take to the board because I just didn't know at that time what to do. That was the measure of the man. That was the Dave I knew. That was the Dave we all loved. So today, Mrs. Narine, we share in mourning your loss and the loss you share with the extended family. But I would like you to know that Dave's contribution to the organization is indelible. He truly was the quintessential Wassa man. And for that, we are grateful and thankful. Until we meet again, farewell, my brother. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to open the floor for a short while. All I want you to do is, if you are coming to pay a tribute, be very brief. We are coming very close to when we have to leave here. We still have some final things to be done by Pandit Bhavanat. I know that Dave was a man not only close to his family and his nephews and nieces, but also his friends. So are there any amongst you of his friends who would like to come very briefly? Oh, sorry.
Assalamu alaikum, Sitaram, namaste. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is certainly a very sad occasion for each one of us, members of the family, friends, well-wishers, neighbors, everyone. I have to say that I've known this guy for quite a long while, all right? You know, I was a forest officer. Wassa is next to us, and we usually used to stop at Gate Boys and have a little refreshment, not too much. But one of the lyrics he used, as mentioned before, is, Nasa, when I'll get big like you, boy. And he always used that lyrics all the time. He was always jovial, very happy guy, and the tributes made by these guys and the entire family here, you all would realize that he was really a nice person. To Caroni Narine, who was a forest officer also, Sati, who I know well, brothers and sisters, everyone, And boys and girls, listen, you know, when I look at this list here, I realize why NASA wasn't invited. This family really, really big, like a birthday party or something. But on a serious note, we all should learn some lessons from this. Each one of us has to go someday so that we make our peace with God, regardless of what religion you belong to, Hindu, Muslim, or Christian. And, you know, I would like to say, Shaman, daughter, Ram, Robbie, Sati, and all the brothers and sisters, nephews, nieces, boys and girls, please accept my condolences. Pray to God for solace and comfort. Yeah? Ram Nam Satya Hai. Thank you.
Thank you much. Anyone else? Anyone else? Quickly.
Sitaram, Namaste, Panditji, all divine brothers and sisters. This family I have known for a very, very long time through Brother Ram. I did not know much about Brother Dave physically or much connection, but spiritually I'm very much aware of him being a divine soul. And listening to the eulogy, you know, I was sharing with Shaman yesterday, he had to take leave at this time. He had brought so much happiness to this family and everyone extended, and he has to bring that to another family now. So as a soul, we know Dave was not the body, and he has taken leave to bring the same happiness even more to another family. So just as we decorate the body, I would like 2 minutes of your time. If we can decorate the soul with our pure feelings and our good wishes. This is how we extend the feelings, because physically, he is not here to receive anything, but spiritually, he is around to receive all the feelings that we are sharing with him. So just stay as silent as much as possible. Stand as still as much as possible. And just think of Dave, this great, noble soul, a special, special child of God. Visualize him as a divine light now. He was not the body. He is not he was, but he still is the eternal and the imperishable soul. As we visualize him as that light, or however you wish to, in your heart, say something through your mind. Say something, it will reach to him. This is how we can continue giving him what is really required. You know, we are always told, especially at a time like this, and for a great soul like this, we should give them. This is the time when we get the opportunity. So let us get 1 minute of total silence, you, God, and Dave. Thank you very much.
Wait. I understand. Just a minute. We really have to close this. I know everybody want to say something, but we do have the time, so please understand. Yeah, and I'll call you the Sarabi. I understand that the CEO of WASA is here, Mr. Poonking. So I give him the opportunity. Mr. Poonkin is here, who worked directly with Dave.
Morning, everybody. First, to correct former CEO. But I had the pleasure of being a colleague of Davindra. In the business within which I and he worked, there are people I would depend on. He's one of them. I wouldn't go to his boss or his boss. I would go to him because I know he's reliable, dependable. He'll get things done. If there's a stumbling block, he'll call. He needs help. And my job is to get him what he needs to get the job done. I was surprised to hear what I heard, but I felt obligated that I had to come and offer my personal condolences. And he was a gem. He is a gem. Again, within WASA, you'll hear lots of things, but he was a gem. So, all condolences.
Thank you much, Mr. Poon King. Robbie, you ready? Okay. I need no introduction to this gentleman.
Family, friends. I just wanted to say a few words because I know what my brother would be thinking, that you make all the speeches in the family, you make all the speeches in the weddings, and whenever we have a function and you wouldn't say a couple of words today. But brother, you have swept my strength away. You have taken away my fortitude. I couldn't do your eulogy, and I apologize for that. But you know the love I have for you, and you know that you will always be in a special place in my heart, bro. I want to apologize to you, to your family, publicly, for leaving my golf game and coming to you on that Saturday. I don't know if I would have made a difference. I don't know what God had in store for you, but I know you have sent us a message that we each should take care of our health. The only time we would quarrel was for your health. I would call you, I would drive up to Grande at all hours in the night. When Charmaine called me, I know you say you're not afraid of Robbie. But brother, I wish I had done more. I know you're watching from above and you are laughing at us as always. I know that mommy and daddy and service will be so happy to receive you. I am jealous of the angels, my brother, and I will see you again, I am sure.
Okay, I have time for one last tribute. One last tribute. All right. So, no.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Pandit Bhuvanath Maharaj, members of the bereaved family, relatives, friends, a very good morning to each and every one of you. Highest regards, love, and respect to one and all. I just want to pay public tribute, not only to Dave. If I pay public tribute to Dave and honor him, by what I'm going to say, I have to mention the name Narine, okay, because I was closely associated with the Narines in coal mine. We all went to the same primary school, Grosvenor Presbyterian School, Dave too. When I went to Grosvenor to teach, Dave was a young boy. I guess he was just about to leave school. Good, but he was under the tutelage of the most outstanding teacher that passed through Grosvenor Presbyterian School. That is his sister, his eldest sister, Parvati Narine. Now she is Parvati Datu. So I know that with all the sisters, he being the youngest, he would have come unto good guidance, good direction for his life, and turned him out to be the kind of person he turned out to be during the course of his life. We didn't have too much interaction during the course of his later life, but we were always cordial. Good, so highest commendations to the sisters and the two brothers who made sure that the youngest sibling got all the encouragement, support, and nourishment and enlightenment that he needed to be the kind of person that he turned out to be. And let us not forget, I want to close with this on a lighter note. As I was sitting there and I looked at the list, I looked at we called him Uncle Suraj because he was so close to us, his daddy. Good, but we didn't say auntie, his mommy. We say Ma Suraj. Good, and those of us who came under the closeness to Ma Suraj would remember the Palori. Good, my wife and I still talk about the Palori, and we grade it according to Ma Suraj Palori. The Palori, and I'm sure Dave would have enjoyed those things being the youngest. The Palori, the Chili Bibi, and the Chana in the brown paper. Chana in the brown paper. Highest commendations to the Narine family. Thank you very much.
Thank you much, Kenneth. As I get ready to close, last night I received a voice message on my phone. You all have heard that Dave didn't have any grandchildren of his own, but all his nephews and nieces, children were his grandchildren. So I got this message from one of his grandchild from Orlando. Trying to see if I could play it, so.
I know you are very sad about Uncle Dave when he passed away, but I know he's in your heart. So keep him in your heart and inside you, and always be happy with you and yourself inside your heart. Uncle Dave is right there in your heart. If you feel like it, you will feel him that he's here.
Okay, this was from Milan Narine, Orlando. Actually, Pre's granddaughter. I want to close now this part of the function, and because I have to hand over to Pandit Bhavana. There are still some final things we need to do. We want to give each of you the opportunity to have your last viewing here. Those of you who wouldn't be able to make it down there. So, Pandit.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, and all those who have paid tribute, and all that we have heard about Dave. Really, he will be missed. But again, one day this has to happen. It has happened to him. We have no choice. What is important at this time is prayer. Offer prayer on behalf of the soul. No matter what faith you may belong to, is one God in the universe. So let us all stand, please, at this time as we offer prayer, asking the Lord His mercy upon the soul. O Sri Krishna Bhagavan, you are the Lord and Master. Listen to our humble prayer and humble request. For one that who has not a hope and support, accept him at your feet. Even though during the course of life we do good, we do bad, forgive wrongs. And again, the currents of the world are very treacherous and deep. A boat is needed across. Your name, the pathway to your realization, makes the trip easier. Oh, merciful and compassionate Lord, your beloved Father, have mercy on this Atma, our soul, without which freedom from the cycles of births and death become impossible. Oh Lord, we beg of you with our hearts put together this morning, kindly take care of this departed soul. Be pleased to keep it as your servant. We as your children, we beg on its behalf. Shri Krishna Chandra Maharaj Prabhu Binti Itni Suniye Suniye Shri Krishna Chandra Maharaj Prabhu Binti Itni Suniye Suniye Jinke Kachu Aura Avalam Banahi
तिनके चरणन और रखिए रखिए श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु बिनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए यह मृतक जीव को सुधारो गति निज दास बना और रखिए रखिए कोई पुत्र तुम्हारा करे बिनती निज धाम इसी को चाहिए चाहिए श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु बिनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए बिनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए. A poet has put some beautiful words together describing an individual like him, that though your smile is gone forever and your hand we cannot touch, still we'll have some memories of the one we love so much. We will think of you in silence and often speak your name. All we will have are memories in your picture in a frame. Our hearts will ache in sadness, our silent tears will flow. For what it meant to lose you, no one will ever know. Your memory will be our keepsake with which we will never part. For the Lord has you in his keeping, and we will always keep you in our heart. Om Anadinidhano Deva Sanka Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundrik Aksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Krishna Krishna Kripalu Tvam Gatinang Gatir Bhava Sansar Magnanang Prasid Purushottamam Om Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bolo Shri Ram Naam Satya Hai Sab Hi Ho Ghat Hai. Be seated, please. Offer the flowers, go along by his feet and bow. We leave a few minutes for final viewing. We like of you to do so in a very orderly manner. You come wrong that way, and as you come wrong, you come back this way, please. We have a ritual to do at the gateway before we load up the Caroni. I think we have holy session.
Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne.
Okay, in order that we get through this very orderly and quickly, kindly proceed around clockwise, kindly proceed around clockwise and move quickly around, because we have a lot of people who want to do the same thing like you. Yeah. There's the
Please come around the left and come around this way so we'll have traffic.
yeah. Yeah, just proceed orderly and quickly. Just-
Didn't know today would be your last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face
Okay, for those of you who want to follow the procession to Caroni, we are not passing through the town of Sangre Grande. We are going up Foster Road, going across onto Ramuta Street, Dr. Pictor Road, and we proceed in that way.
That's right, and then you have music box behind you. Take over. Oh, you got voice on?
हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर बिछ आरती जय मां भोर भाई दिन चढ़ गया मिरियम दे भोर भाई दिन चढ़ गया मिरियम दे हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर बिच और की जय माँ दरबारा वाली और की जय माँ दरबारा वाली और की जय अब सौंप दिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में अब सौंप दिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में है जीत तुम्हारे हाथों में और हार तुम्हारे हाथों में है जीत तुम्हारे हाथों में और हार तुम्हारे हाथों में अब सौंप दिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में है जीत तुम्हारे हाथों में और हार तुम्हारे हाथों में मेरा निश्चय बस एक यही एक बार
Diamo putrasya mukha pretasya vrittistane shavrivet. Ipanam mayati devo patishtata. President. Surya chakshu gakshatu atmanan spriticha dharmana. Apo gakshati tatrati tang autadishu pratitishta garirai. Pancha tattva shanti, pancha tattva shanti, pancha tattva shanti. They got it in half of this hand and put it in the left hand. You want to go wrong and help them on the other side. Come on. Just place it in the left hand and cover the left hand in the right hand. Are you going first? Take this one out and you open this back in the right hand. Take this one. Yeah. Off it back in the right hand. Andiamo putrasya mukha pretasya dvarteshe prampati vishnu daivatua ishe to pinno mayati devo patishtata. Take this. Wait. Then fast will come on in next week. Yeah. So right? Yeah. Next week. Yeah. Andiamo putrasya mukha pretasya olipeta. The lanchasya mayati devo patishtata. Come in. Bolo Shri Ram Naam Satya Hai Sabahi Gata Hai. Now you're going to load, right? You gotta spin wrong feet in front.
didn't. Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing hallelujah. Just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Didn't know today would be our